Okay, so using the UEI Smart Bell, it's as easy as turning it on to the fuel that you want, allowing it to count down to 0, and then measuring your combustion. So I'm going to use this on propane, so that's the third position. We have standby, light oil, propane. So I'll go 1, 2, 3. And you'll notice that in the display, it'll give you the selected fuel from the last test, and then it'll start flashing to the fuel that you're picking. And then after it's verified that that's the fuel, it'll start a 0 countdown at 99 and go down to 1. And I'm doing this on a gas system, so I'm prepared to make adjustments to the gas pressure as soon as I call for heat. So after it goes through 0, you'll see I have dashes and a parameter that's calculated. So I'm just going to go to CO2. I'm going to hook up the flue probe, and I have the flue gases, and then I also have the temperature portion of it, and then I'm going to call for heat. And we've got ignition. You'll start to see the Smart Bell respond with a direct measured CO2 value. I can also measure the flue temperature and observe as the flue temperature increases. You can also directly observe net temperature, it's the difference between combustion air and flue temperature. I can take a look at calculated oxygen, and that should be dropping as the combustion process gets underway. Go to excess air to see what my calculated value for excess air is. I go back to the efficiency, and remember this is combustion efficiency. I can go to CO2. Now it's stabilized at approximately 7.2. As an example of how you can read values in real time, I'm going to back off the amount of fuel. As I lower the fuel, I would expect the CO2 level to drop. You can see the CO2 level is dropping as I've backed off the fuel. If I can get it to drop a little bit more. So as I reduce the fuel, you can see the CO2 level has continued to drop. Now we're down less than 4%. And as I increase the fuel again, and we let the combustion process restabilize. So you can see that you see the adjustments and the response in real time as it continually draws a sample and analyzes the gas. So when I know I'm in the target area, again I can verify efficiency for combustion is approximately what I expect. I can look at my flue temperature. Now this will continue to rise because I've increased the level of gas, oxygen, again CO2. I simply remove the probe, and I'm careful because the tip of this will be hot, and I allow the readings to return to 0 for CO2. goes down, you do have the ability to put this in standby. It's at 0, so I just go to standby. I could then perform more adjustments, turn it back on and do the test, or simply turn it to off, let it count down, disconnect the flue probe temperature connector and the flue probe gas connector. Set that aside and again let it continue to cool. If I need to drain the water out of the condensate trap, simply loosen the stopper until it is in there loose, and then I would shake it out over a drain or outdoors where, and after complete, tighten that back up and you're done.